during Black Reconstruction, where we had some black representatives in Congress and representatives from many of the southern states where most black people were. They were engaging in the politics that was actually somewhat absurd because they were representing a people without power. And to explain this, that we would have to examine the nature of the black people's, the black masses' situation in the South at that time. That after Emancipation Proclamation, that black people were offered, or promised rather, land and equipment so that they could provide for themselves. And of course, this land was never given. And in effect, all we were given was these political representatives that were supposed to seek rights and freedom for black people. These political representatives were non-effective for the simple reason that no one had to listen to them in the political arena that they were operating in, because they couldn't offer a political consequence. After they expressed the desires of the people, there was nothing more done. Simply, if the demands were not met, because the people didn't have control of the land or the means of production at the time. So the people, the other people, the white people in the political arena had a power behind them because they owned land. They owned tools for production, and thereby they controlled the land. And these white politicians, when they didn't get what they wanted, or if the people didn't get what they want, whom they represented, then the people would act in such a fashion to deliver a consequence to the general society. And they would do this by not cooperating in, say, some industrial area, or at the time some feudal area, farm area. The farmers, if they didn't feel that they were treated fairly, they simply wouldn't sell their goods on the open market, or on the they would let their foodstuffs rot in the field, and try to convince the other people of society that they should be heard. Black people were unable to do this, so they were left at a level of a beggar, because the political representative who was supposed to be representing us would demand certain rights, and after he didn't receive it, people were forced to be mute because they didn't have the tools to deliver this consequence. Well, this went on for some time, and finally the very political representative was ousted out of office. And I think that after he was ousted out of office, that black people in general remained in primarily the same position that they were in before he went into office. And
in fact, they even quit voting largely.
That's right. They were disillusioned with the political arena completely, and rightfully so, because while the black intellectuals at the time and the representatives, many of them were very equipped. They had been educated in Canada and France and so forth. They were more educated than many of the white people in the South. So the people were disillusioned, the mass of the people were disillusioned with the political arena completely. And matter of fact, they had some reservations about it in the first place, while the black intellectuals and politicians were going around saying that we would get freedom through the vote. Black people were chanting in the days of Jubilee, we'll have 40 acres and 2 mules in the days of Jubilee. And so the people seemed to always recognize where their real power was located. It was the black bourgeoisie or the black intellectuals who were deceived. After this, after black people were put out of the political arena, we were in pretty near the same position as we were even before slavery. Matter in some instances even worse, because we were totally unemployed. And when we were enslaved, we were taken care of. If you can say taken care of, that we did get some food, and we did have a shack to sleep in. But after the white people, the Southerners, didn't need us anymore, we didn't have any place to go.